Travis Scott and his label JACKBOYS dropped a new album last night. Obviously, there's been a lot of hype through this throughout the entire year, and especially leading up to this week, as it was announced it was dropping Sunday. And I just want to make a quick video about this album to talk about it. And this is garbage. Okay, this is garbage. This is probably the worst album Travis Scott has put out, and that's about it. I could sum up the video right there. I don't know what's happening to music this year. If you look at the big names that's dropped, it looks like a big year. Lil Wayne, The Carter 6. Travis Scott just dropping an album. You got a Drake album. There's a lot of big names, but none of the big name albums have been good. I don't know what's going on with rappers just being washed, but yeah, this is the worst album that Travis Scott has put out. I had his weakest as Birds in the Trap, and no, Birds in the Trap is on a whole other level than this. This is just lazy. This is really just lazy and so boring. I mean, you just have the same, celebrating success and partying throughout this entire 17, 16 track album. And Travis Scott is not even being himself. He sounds like he's trying to he's adapting Cardi's flow and style on some songs. Just look at Contest. That sounds like a Cardi song. I mean, Travis Scott is not even being himself. This is not something where you're looking at Utopia, Rodeo, Astroworld, where you just have this amazing soundscape throughout it and you have this psychedelic production and feels like you're floating. Absolutely not. You have a lot of super generic trap production and even rage beats in some points. This is just overall not great. And looking at the labels, you have a 20. Why is 21 just giving ad libs on the entire song of Kick Out? Was it Kick Out or was it I think it was Kick Out. Don Tolliver was not doing much. His solo song with Wally the Sensei, Can't Stop, that was pretty bad. I mean, his vocals are just not good. I mean, this is a melodic rapper. I've never been the biggest Don Tolliver fan, but he's at least put out some good music. But this, like, for a melodic rapper, this dude just the overly obnoxious auto tune, and he's doing this high pitched vocals that sound bad, like. And then just looking at even all the other features, Shaq West. What are you gonna expect out of Shaq West in 2025, bro? But yeah, no, he wasn't doing much. One thing I can say though, at least So Fago had a highlight on this album. His solo song MM3, that was a highlight on this album. You're expecting something out of Don Tolliver, any of these other names. It was actually So Fago that had the highlight. But I'm not doing a track by track analysis because it's so boring. This album's so generic. It's every song is repeated with boring flows and rapping and annoying auto tune and just basic production. I'm going to Travis Scott not for the rapping, for the vibes and the production. And this is not production. This is such generic trap production. This is the most generic trap production that you can find. And all the songs are the same about partying and the lavish lifestyle, the success. So I'm not about to go track by track. This song you got partying, this song you got partying, but actually this time it's more partying. This song you got partying, but not as much as a part. Like I'm not doing that. But I can look at the overall track list and say Champagne and Vacay is like the only good song on this. I mean, that's the first track outside of the JB2 radio intro. And it's like, okay, this is gonna have some vibes. This is gonna be a fun little compilation album. But no, that was a clear highlight. And then right after that, it just falls off more and more. And then you have you have actual garbage songs on this too. This isn't just like a mediocre album of just recycled music, even though most of it is. There's actual trash songs too. I mean, PBT sucked. PBT might be one of, if not the worst song Travis Scott has ever put out. That's terrible. It's giving me vibes of Lil Wayne's Island Holiday Weezer remake. I mean, what is he doing with that song? That's a terrible song. ILMB, I Love My Bitch, that's terrible too. That's such a dumb concept and the vocals are bad. Like, there are some awful songs on this, like some of the worst songs Travis has put out. And I know technically it's not all Travis, it's JACKBOYS. Still, when you're looking at Travis's catalog, this is some of the worst stuff Travis has made. I'm not trying to be over the top hating. This was extremely disappointing. I was expecting way more out of this, way more. I mean, I made a video talking about the best song off, Let God Sort 'Em Out Chandeliers off of the Pusha T Clips album, and said that that's going to clear the entirety of JACKBOYS 2, which was a joke. That was a joke. That was engagement bait. But but at the same time, I wouldn't have been surprised if it was true, and obviously ended up being true, which is why I wasn't going to be surprised because the original JACKBOYS wasn't that great. And yeah, that's it. The original Jack Boys wasn't great. I'm not the biggest on Travis Scott's music, and seeing that he's not putting out a solo studio album, I didn't know what to expect. It's just another Jack Boys 2, and it's kind of everything that I expected, just generic trap production. There's nothing new he does here, and the only thing he does new is stealing Cardi's style. But it's boring. It's boring. It's generic. It's a drag to get through. I would say the album is bloated, but in that case, just get the remove the album, because it can be 30 songs and be bloated, but this could be 8 songs and be bloated, because they're not good songs. You have one good song off of here and maybe like 2 decent songs. So yeah, it might be bloated, but the whole album's not good anyway, so it's not really making a difference. To make this on a little more positive note, I would give more positive things about this album, but there's nothing. There's nothing. I said my I gave my praise to Champagne and Vacay, but besides that, in the Sofago song, the outro Florida Flow is not bad, but that's it, man. I can't really say anything else good about this album. It's just boring. It's so generic. It's so lazy. It's like this his little Jack Boys label went into the studio for a day, messing around, put together this album, and then that's what they put out. There's no effort into this. There's no originality in the song concepts or this album. This is such a boring collaboration. But I said everything I feel on the album, and there's really nothing else to it. It's just boring and generic, and it's as simple as that. I know Travis Scott fans and just rap in general is gonna eat this up because it's Travis Scott. He's one of the mainstream names. He could put out the most garbage thing ever, and it's still gonna get glazed. So he's one of those big names that no matter what he does, he's gonna get praised. So I know people are gonna eat this up and try to say this is album of the year, but it's absolutely not. I mean, Cardi's music was way better than this. Way better than this. Cardi's music wasn't even that bad. I'd say it's a mid album, but ooh, there was plenty highlights on it. There was a lot of energy. At least Cardi has at least he has personality in the album, and that was bloated too, but that has way more outstanding moments and an overall better experience. So yeah, I think Cardi's definitely doing better. And Cardi had his appearances on this album, didn't care for that. But that's all I gotta say. I wanted to get a short little video out about this album. I have nothing else to say. This was just a disappointment. This was a disappointment, and I already know this is gonna get overrated, so I gotta get my opinion out on this. Man, we're gonna need another Travis Scott solo album, or else we're gonna have to start bringing in some career talks about Travis Scott if he's ever going to do anything new with his music, because Utopia, he actually did bring in some new stuff with a song like My Eyes, but I don't know. I think this next solo studio album by Travis is going to be a pretty big deal for him. But that's about it. Appreciate y'all for watching. Those are my final thoughts, and I'll see y'all in my next video.